Hi everyone and welcome to today's morning report analysis videos on Wednesday 23rd of January with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a mild risk bounce today, nothing too huge, but it's very slightly risk positive. Yesterday was risk negative. You had sort of news flow out of the States that suggested that there was actually a little preparatory meeting between the US and China which was actually cancelled, although seemingly that was never on the cards anyway. According to Larry Kudlow, but the news flow surrounding that hit market sentiment yesterday lower on equities, and certainly Wall Street, for example, was quite strongly lower. But then overnight we've had news that apparently China's looking to do a big fiscal stimulus that's going to help to support the slowdown of the Chinese economy, and that's helped to improve market sentiment once more, and we can see that rebounding, whereby the commodity currencies are all higher today, and commodities broadly are sort of supported really. Oil flat, gold flat, and silver slightly higher. Now that we've had the Bank of Japan out with its monetary policy meeting overnight, and it stood pat. I mean, no surprises there, but what we did see was the Bank of Japan also cutting its inflation forecast from 1.4% to 0.9% for next fiscal year, April 19 to April 20, and it sort of hit the yen slightly, with dollar yen rising, but again that sort of plays into the mild risk appetite improvement as well, so it's not entirely convincing that is the key reason behind it. So what we have got at the moment is equity markets fluctuating around. They were quite strongly lower earlier on, but they've rebounded, certainly on the DAX anyway, rebounded from earlier weakness, and you're sort of mixed really on that sentiment there. Now in terms of data points today, we haven't really got anything this morning. We've got Eurozone consumer confidence this afternoon is the first real data point at 3 o'clock. It's expected to again deteriorate to minus 6.5, and then we've got the Richmond Fed, and according to well, not certainly according to Reuters, but according to another data source I have, it's expected to improve to minus 2 today for that, so that might have an impact on the dollar later on. So my chart today is sterling yen. Now what we have seen is sterling rallying quite strongly actually in the last sort of few days. It's actually been a pretty decent performer, bouncing against the dollar, and certainly bouncing against the yen as well, breaking out back above the 142.20 level of resistance that we found last week. And it's interesting that the market is now finding support around that old pivot, 39.90 up to 40.90. That's sort of 100 pips worth of pivot there, pivot support. And that's in the last sort of couple of sessions found the support and the buyers coming in that level and moving out above the resistance today, 42.20. Now that puts you into the 42.75 to 43.90 next pivot band as your sort of next target area, and that seems to be as though where sterling yen is going. We've got yen weakness and sterling strength today, so that certainly adds up to a gain on sterling yen. You've got positive momentum coming through the sterling yen as well, with the RSI pulling up towards 60, MACD lines accelerating higher, stochastics strongly configured. It all certainly seems as though we're sort of positioning for a decent rally coming through on sterling yen back towards that pivot, and a breakout above 43.90 would again continue the move higher towards 45.90. So there is decent buying support in this 39.90 to 40.90 support band, and I would say that any dip into that would be a chance to buy, but certainly the market looks to be breaking out higher on the intraday charts. You can see here there's a minor pivot area around 41.50, but certainly the market breaking out, and I think any weakness towards 41.50 could be that opportunity. Decent looking moves through the hourly momentum indicators as well, and any sort of unwinding move seems to be a chance to buy now. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later.